Hey guys, Zoroarrkk here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video, and the gameplay in the background, I'll just quickly speak about that. It's just going to be a gameplay that I got a couple of days ago on evac. I can't remember the score, but it must have been in the 40s because I only really save the videos in 40s or higher. So I hope you guys enjoy that as something a little bit of background. I do remember I get a couple of funny kills, and I actually get annoyed quite a bit at the start. Lucky you can't hear me. But I was raging quite a bit because for some reason I do really bad at the start of games and then just go on like 20 kill streaks. So that it doesn't happen in this video as far as I'm aware. But that's just going to be something for you guys to lightly watch in the background, or not. If you just want to listen, it's fine. But today I'm just going to really be speaking about the fact that when you guys are seeing this, I will be halfway through my exams. In fact, I have 15 exams, so I'll be a little bit more than halfway because obviously it's not equal. But when I'm recording this day before. I'm recording this on Wednesday. I've done 7 exams. By the time you've watched this, I've done 8 out of my 15. So I'm just really going to quickly go over all the exams I've done, all the exams I've got left, and what my predictions are for what I'll get. I don't know if you guys really care, but I want to keep you guys in the loop. I want to get you guys personal with me. So basically, we started off on Monday the 23rd. Seems so long away right now, it's ridiculous. But we started on the 23rd with an English literature paper with 2 texts. One being of Mice and Men, most of you guys will probably recognise that. The other one being Inspector Calls, which is a drama play in a book format. Obviously it does be played in play, but yeah, it was the script. And we had to do 2 questions on there. That was something like 40% of my GCSE for that GCSE. 25% was coursework, and 35% was another exam that I'll get onto later on. So that exam went okay. The question, the Inspector Calls question threw me off a little bit because I always do. There's always a character question, a theme question for it, and the character question, they had 2 characters involved in it, and it threw me off a little bit, but I did it nonetheless. I think I did pretty well on it, which is good because I needed it. So that went generally okay. Then we skipped to Wednesday the 25th, I believe it was, and that day was packed. I had business studies paper 1 because I have 2 of them, and biology paper 1 because I have 2 of them. So we'll go for the business paper first. It's morning. It's an hour long, 60 marks, and I won't be surprised if I got lowest marks of 50. I found the paper quite easy. I finished it within about 25 minutes, and to be honest with you, it was pretty easy. I mean, most of the questions were quite straightforward. There was a couple which I didn't know and just put some educated guesses on. That's why I've said that I've probably lost about 10 marks, just because it covered my ass a little bit there. So I like predicting things. I like seeing what I think I've got to then have my hopes shattered when I get to the actual results, but whatever. So I think that exam went pretty okay, pretty smooth sailing there. Then we move on to biology. Now biology is definitely my second weakest subject out of all my subjects that I'm doing. It's definitely by far my second weakest. I actually revised my arse off for it because of it. When I had my mock exams back in November, I revised the crap out of it, got an A narrowly, and then pretty much everything else fell a little bit just because of it, because I didn't have any time to revise because I was revising biology so much. So this time I revised a little bit less, still revised, but I still had a lot of my previous revision in my head. And I went in there feeling a little bit confident. First page screwed me over. There was a couple of questions in there which was easy marks, and then there was a controversial question which I ended up getting wrong. Unfortunately, I had the right answer before and then changed my answer, but that's just the luck of the draw. Overall, it was at 75 marks. So I think I probably got about 35 on it, which is good for me because I do want to be in that, and that's around about B to A grade on that paper, because normally the biology papers are pretty low in terms of the grade boundaries. I mean, normally a C is 19, and when I think I got 35, you can see the differences there, so I'm feeling pretty happy in that. I think that was a high B, low A attempt on that paper. Then moving into, I believe it was, can't remember my exam. Luckily I have a sheet of paper next to me which tells me all my exams. Next was the maths paper, which was on Thursday the 26th. It was the first paper out of 2. You do a non-calculator paper and a calculator paper, and the calculator paper is what I'm actually doing tomorrow or today as you've watched this video. So The first non-calculated paper was okay. I thought it'd be pretty hard, to be honest with you guys, and in general it wasn't. It was basically what I expected to come up, and I didn't do bad and I didn't do really good on it. I did mediocre for my ability, and I've been trying to get towards the A grade boundary, which is around about 130 marks on average. So going over both papers, you need about 65 on each paper, and you normally do better on your your calculator than your non-calculator. So going through an unofficial mark scheme on there and having a knowledge of mark schemes, because I've gone through so many past papers, that's how I revised, then I probably got around 68 to 70 marks, so 69 average there. So that's pretty good, bearing in mind I need 65 around about, so I'm pretty comfortable in that. Then moving on to Friday, we had the second and final English literature paper. So by the end of the first week, I was going to be finishing a GCSE, or my second GCSE, because I finished the online one. And this one was annoying because it was poetry, which I'm weak on. It was definitely my weakest part of English overall in general. And there was 16 poems I believe we had in this one cluster, and there was 5 poems that I did not want to come up. So 11 that could, 5 I didn't. 2 of those I knew roughly, the other 3 I really didn't, and the 2 that came up were 2 of those 3 that I didn't know very well. So that kind of sucks. That's the luck of the draw though. I did the best I can, and you also have an unseen poem, which I actually adore. The unseen poem, it was a quite gory type animalistic poem, so it was, you know, something that really suited me. I can't think the author right now, but it was really good poem, and I think I did pretty well on there, and I think that really salvaged my paper there, even though it was less marks. So it was out of 54 marks, and I believe that I got 34, I think, or 36, something like that. So I probably salvaged myself on that unseen poetry. Then I had a break for a week. Last week I had off. I was, you know, recuperating, getting back to sleep, and not going to sleep, and all that stuff, and just chilling out and resting and stuff. And then we got straight back into it this week. Monday I didn't have an exam. Tuesday though, I did have an exam. My phone goes off. Why doesn't my dad always ring me during my videos? It's actually quite funny. So I had English language on Tuesday. Now this is one of the 2 most important exams. Maths and English language are the most important exams, and my phone is still going off. It's actually quite ridiculous, but anyway, sorry about that. So it's still going off. Phone, go over there. Stop annoying my commentary and disrupting me. Anyway, as I was saying, so English language and maths are your most important exams, GCSEs, out of the rest of them. So I need to pass both of those minimum, and then I needed to pass 2 more exams to basically have the minimal amount of going forward. So I came into that, I had an A as 40% of my control assessment, and I was really good at the paper. And the paper was actually somewhat easy for me. I thought I did really well. I was aiming for 30, because it's split into 2 sections, a reading section and writing section, both for 40 marks. And normally you do really well in your reading section, not very well in your writing section, but they balance each other out and you get an okay grade. So normally I've been getting about A's, which is around about 51 to 54 marks, and then an A-star is 57 to 59 marks, I believe. That's like the boundary, and then obviously 60 plus is also an A-star. So I came in and I wanted to get 36 on the reading section, only dropping 4 marks on my last question of that reading section, and then get 24 marks on my writing section. 8 of them are for spelling, punctuation and grammar. So that means for my actual writing alone, I only needed 14 marks. And to be honest, I think I got that. I think I might have even exceeded that. I think I might have actually got 38 or 40 out of 40 on that reading. The writing I'm not sure on, because I love writing, but I write stories. Writing non-fiction text really screws me over. So I think I did really well there. I think I did get the A I needed, and that's obviously a pass. One of the main passes that I needed. Then coming into today for me, I did computer science or computing. Now, this is my weakest subject out of the lot of them. Despite what I want to go into, and bear in mind I live basically on a computer, it's actually my weakest one because we basically didn't get taught. We probably got taught for about 2 months in total, over 2 years. It's a 2-year course, and we probably got taught for about 2 months. But that's a completely different video in a nutshell there. The score was all over the place and probably screwed most people out of a grade for that exam. I think only probably 5 of us will pass, if that, in our actual class. So I actually did think I did okay though, but apparently the paper was quite easy. A lot of people were saying it, from other schools were saying it was one of the easiest computing papers I've seen, which doesn't fill me with confidence at all, because the last paper I did as a practice paper was a really hard one, and that was actually last year's one. The grade boundaries were quite low, and so they could rise subliminally this year, and it could absolutely screw me over. But luckily, the grade doesn't really matter, because then it gets converted into a UMS score and all that, but you don't really need to know that on a video like this. So, and then obviously I can't really speak for today as you're watching this, because I haven't taken the exam, but it's a maths calculator paper. I've been doing a lot of revision for it, and I think it's going to be okay. I think I'm going to be able to get... I've been getting loads of 77s, around about between 75 and 77, so if I can replicate that in my actual exam, I'll be absolutely a-okay and absolutely ecstatic coming out of it. Then, going into Friday, I will have the second business paper in the afternoon. That'll be a case study paper. And then I also have a chemistry paper, my first chemistry paper out of a lot of them. And these modules that I've got to do for them, they're pretty easy. I know them pretty damn well. I'm aiming for an A in chemistry, and I need to be... This paper will really set whether I can get an A in chemistry or whether I have to settle for a B. So pressure's a little bit on that one, but I'm not really stressing too much about it because I know I can probably get a grade overall anyway. That's a pass, so I'm pretty happy about that. Moving into next week, on Monday, I will be having a catering paper. Catering is my third weakest subject, so I'm getting those weak ones out by now. And to be honest, I'm not really feeling that much pressure on that exam because my coursework is 60% of the exam, 60% of the course, sorry, and I only dropped 14 marks out of 120 in that control assessment, so I feel like that will push my grade up on the paper. Then going into Wednesday, I have my first physics paper. Then on Friday, I have my second biology paper, so pressure's going to be on there. Then Monday, I have my second, Monday the 20th, sorry, I'll have my second chemistry paper. And then finally, Wednesday the 22nd, I will have my final exam in physics. And then I am done of school, or high school anyway, moving into college next year, and I have 10 weeks off where I'm going to be doing YouTube and Twitch constantly. And yeah, that's pretty much what this video is going to be now. It's getting pretty long. So that's my exam timetable. That's what I think I've got so far. As for predictions, I'm only going to go through the ones which I've done papers of so far, whether that's half of it or not. English literature, I think I can get a strong B, if not a weak A, but that all depends on grade boundaries. Business studies, pretty positive I can get a B in there. Probably might get an A in it, but the case study is out of 90 marks and it's 45 marks, so half the paper for a B last year, going by what I've already got in my previous pieces of work. So it'll be a pretty struggle to get the A if I wanted it, but I'm happy with settling with a B because the same fiasco actually happened with computing as with business. Biology, I think I can probably just scrape a B, narrowly scraping it, which is really good for me because biology was my weakest one. It was definitely my doubtful. Maths, I think I can definitely get an A in there, no doubt about it. I'm really confident and I'm happy with that. English language, I think I've got an A in there, maybe even an A star, but I very highly doubt it because of my coursework. So I think I got an A in there. And then finally, computing, I think I got a C narrowly just due to coursework. So anyway guys, this has been Zoroarrkk. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know when my next video will be, I don't know what it will be, I honestly have no idea. I'm not really thinking of YouTube right now, but I do thank you guys. I'm finally starting to climb with subscribers, and it is absolutely amazing, so I really thank you guys. And yeah, this has been Zoroarrkk. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new and enjoy my content, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be and whenever that may be. Peace out.
Sensors have captured objective. UAV energy levels at 50%.
UAV on standby.
We're winning this fight. Return. Sensors have captured objective. Midway. UAV fuel check complete. UAV power levels 5% RTB.
UAV ready for deployment.
Another win for the Accord.